Breaking news, the New York Giants have just fired head coach Brian Daboll after losing 20-24 to the Chicago Bears. So, before I begin my breakdown of this Brian Daboll firing, I want to know what you guys feel about this. How do you guys feel about the New York Giants firing head coach Brian Daboll? The firing of Brian Daboll has not come as a shock to me. Daboll hasn't won much games this year, and he didn't win much games last year when he went 3-14. Giants are 2-8 right now, and in my opinion, it all started to crumble when the Giants played the Denver Broncos. The Giants had a very big lead going into the fourth quarter, and they gave up so many unanswered points against the Broncos. They had that game sealed. Every other NFL team should have won that game. The Giants should have won that game. And the Giants, I feel like every single play, even the Broncos, each team was just handing each other the victory. And the Giants just could not hold on. The Broncos gave the Giants so many ways to win that game. And they still lost because the Giants made so many mistakes. And Brian Daboll, the GM, the front office, they all said that's enough. And we've had enough of you. We need to move on. So it wasn't always like this with Brian Daboll. Daboll actually had a great year, if you didn't know, when he made his debut in 2022. The Giants made the playoffs. Daboll went 9-8, and they even won a playoff game against the Minnesota Vikings. Sadly, they did lose to the Eagles in the next round, but it still shows so much more improvement than the Giants have had in so long. Due to the Giants making the playoffs, winning the playoff game, Brian Daboll won Coach of the Year. So that year was awesome. Everyone expected 2023 to be awesome, but ever since that 2022 year, everything has just gone downhill. The Giants went 6-11 the year after that playoff run, and then they went 3-14 last year, and now they're 2-8. Not looking good for Daboll. Giants front office said that's enough. So next I want to talk about the Giants general manager, Joe Sheehan. So everyone expected if Brian Daboll got fired, Sheehan would also go with him, because most times if the coach gets fired, the GM gets fired, vice versa. Everyone thought the Giants wanted to start a whole new regime and bring in new coaches, new front office, new everything. They didn't. They kept Shane and they fired Daboll. And I tell you this, I completely agree with this move. This move makes so much sense, and if you don't agree with it, I don't understand how you don't agree with it. If you look at the Giants team, their team is really good. Their defense should be one of the best defenses in the league. Their offense looks pretty nice. It's just they lost Malik Neighbors, Cam Scatterbo, and now Jackson Dart has a concussion. I really don't think it's Joe Sheehan's fault. I think he had a tremendous draft class. First two rounds, well, technically only the first round, he crushed it. He took Abdul Carter and then took Jackson Dart, trading a couple draft picks to get their franchise guy. And then in the fourth round, they took Cam Scatterbo, who looked phenomenal for them until he got injured. People don't realize how tremendous of a draft the Giants had, and Joe Sheehan is to think of it. If he's gone, it makes no sense. It makes no sense to fire him. Now, that all changes if the Giants only win 1 or 2 more games this year. So, the Giants, they fired Brian Daboll, and now they're bringing in a new coach. If this new coach doesn't win more games, Joe Sheehan is definitely on the hot seat, because that would show that it's a roster problem. It's not a coaching problem, because Daboll got fired. Now this new coach, if he can't do anything with the team, maybe it means that it was really all along just a roster problem and this Giants team was never really good. So that's what I have to say about the Giants GM. So speaking about this new coach, I want to talk about who he is. So Mike Kafka is the new head coach of the New York Giants, and he was their offensive coordinator this year. And the Giants offense, they look decent this year. Not great. Really up and down, scoring a bunch of points one game, then scoring like 9 points the next. But they believe in him. He's never had any experience as a head coach in the NFL, so this is something to watch. He has interviewed for other NFL teams in the past, just hasn't been a head coach ever. And we'll really see what he has to offer. We don't really know what he's going to do since there's really no experience of him being a head coach at all. I hope the Giants do good. The Giants believe he's ready to take the role of head coach, and I hope that he does too. So that is going to be it for this episode of The Real Crazy News. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave your comment down below on how you think the Giants did firing Brian Daboll.